Welcome to Creating Change. Hi, I'm Sharon Chapman, and this is the place to be if you're wanting to improve your health, your mobility, and ultimately your life, so you'll move more, feel, and look better. Hello, and welcome to episode number 9. I see prenatal and postnatal women diligently working out in gyms across America. Prenatal women are attempting to control their weight and maintain a level of fitness, while postnatal women are eager to get their bodies back to their pre-pregnancy state. And more than not, these women are either participating in group fitness or being trained by a personal trainer. I visit workout facilities, fitness centers, and studios everywhere I go, and I make it a point to observe this specialized group of pre- and postnatal women. In addition to that, I observe their trainers and those that move them. In 2017 and 18, during travels across the United States, I started to make a point to talk to these trainers, these movers, asking them this: do you feel you know how to train a pre- and postnatal woman? Their common response is absolutely. And it's often stated with a great deal of confidence, which is cool because pre- and postnatal women should move. When visiting with them further to get an idea of what they know or what they possibly don't know and the continuing education they've received, more than not, their confidence starts to waver. Now note, it's not my intention to decrease anyone's confidence in teaching or downplay their importance. On the contrary, my purpose is to keep pre- and postnatal women safe in movement, primarily because movement heals if done appropriately, and to promote prenatal and postnatal education out there that will maintain the safety and the welfare of women and add many tools to personal trainers and movement specialists across America. In May of 2016, the ACOG, the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecologists, received a new set of guidelines for exercise stating if you're healthy and your pregnancy is normal, it is safe to continue and start most types of exercises, with the organization mentioning Pilates, yeehaw, as a safe form of exercise. And Pilates is a great form of movement for pre- and postnatal women. Generally speaking, the common trainer that oversees pre- and postnatal women's movement, I've discovered, takes little to no additional training to understand the anatomy and physiology of pregnancy, the common problems, contraindications, and the safe positioning and movements during the 3 different trimester stages of pregnancy. While more than not, these trainers do not understand the delicate and vulnerable state of the 4th trimester of postnatal women, their contraindications, and the differences women experience during these stages in their life. No 2 women are alike during pregnancy and postnatal, and no 2 subsequent pregnancies and postnatal experiences are alike. More than not, the support and guidance element is left out, as most trainers tell women, talk to your doctors about your movement to be safe. So that's what women do. They ask their doctor. And what do doctors say? They say, exercise is good for you. And of course, movement is good for women in these stages in their lives. The problem rests with the fact that doctors often don't know what their mothers are doing and don't know or understand how the movement overseers are training. So you generally see women going to classes that they went to before the pregnancy state, with movement specialists opening their arms and telling them, if it feels funny or odd, you should stop. Now, this was a common response of about 58% of the trainers I spoke to. I also see trainers accepting postpartum women back into their movement folds too quickly before they should be activating a core. In addition, on social media, we view numerous online movements that are offered to postnatal women without understanding or realizing the vulnerability of a woman's body at this stage in their life. We see planks and flexions of various forms being offered. Postnatal women are often led by the mirror and have a great desire to get back to things that their bodies should not be encouraged to do so. More common responses I get from these trainers are, "We want our women to burn like all women should." Or, "I was pregnant and I worked out and I didn't have any problems." Or, "My wife was pregnant and I worked her out to the very end and she did not have any problems." Now, one male trainer, after saying his wife did CrossFit for the full 9 months and back again at 5 weeks, mildly was doing great. She had her body back for the most part. And when I asked what the most part was about, his reply was this: "The only problem she has is she can't get rid of that little pooch in the front of her tummy, and sometimes she pees her pants when she jumps." When I asked how postpartum she was, his reply was, "Our son is 20 months old." I later went on to tell him it was not normal to pee your pants, asked if she had been checked by a physical therapist or a doctor, and has she been checked for diastasis recti. His response, which is another common response that I get, roughly 70%, is this: "No," because he thought all of that was normal and part of just having a baby. It's the price you pay for having a baby, right? In my mind, I said, wrong. Now, apologies to CrossFitters and trainers out there. I've also run into some personal trainers, Pilates and yoga instructors and movement specialists who know and understand this specialized group. But I'm really speaking to over half of the trainers, actually 58%. This special market should be trained differently. There's something to be said when knowing what to do to keep our pregnant and postnatal women safe through movement. When we train them all like women, we run the risks of creating weak links in their bodies, which often comes out later in life by developing a diastasis recti, hernias, pelvic floor issues galore, which results in pain, incontinence, spinal issues, and poor functional movements. Ultimately, health and movement issues. Educating ourselves as movement specialists allows us to also be guides, coaches, and support systems for our new mothers. All trainers should be encouraging postnatal moms to wait, walk, and breathe, and constant encouragement, constant in knowing that their bodies will come back stronger, better, and with quality. In the United States, maternal mortality is rising as it declines in other parts of the world. Are you wondering why? Now, there are many medical factors to this rise in mortality rate. We have 700 to 900 maternal deaths each year, and for every woman who dies in the United States, 70% nearly die. Now, that statistic should scare us all who work with prenatal and postnatal women. Our culture, our government, society, economics, our jobs are telling our mamas that they must get back to their pre-pregnancy state by 6 or 8 weeks. So movement is saying the same thing. 100 years ago, we did not have that kind of mortality rate. Maternal deaths are often regarded as system failures in the United States, and we as movement specialists are part of that system. We movement specialists, Pilates and yoga teachers, and personal trainers. The question is, how can we do our part when working with pre- and postnatal women. NPR recently stated in a segment that the ability to protect the health of mothers and babies in childbirth is a basic measure of society's development. New moms' lives change so significantly once that baby is born. Relationships change, emotions change, hormones change. It's the biggest sleep-deprived time of our mama's lives. Physical changes and often trauma from birth, new family dynamics, and most importantly, the world is telling mamas that they should be back at it in a matter of weeks without realizing we just manufactured and delivered a human being. Mamas are told by everything that they can do anything, be everything to everyone. But a woman's body and spirit needs time for healing, and we are not providing time. Time to heal. And love for postnatal is spelled Time. Let's give our mamas time to heal from the inside out. The bigger question for all of us is to ask, how can we as movement specialists help to support moms everywhere through pregnancy, birth, and postnatal? The best solution is through education, continuing education with a specialized group of women to create awareness of its importance. That does not require a great deal of education. It just requires some basic education and, more importantly, awareness on concepts of pregnancy and postnatal anatomy, hug the baby, postural adaptations, safe positions, core strength, stability and changes, trimester changes physically, emotionally, and physiologically, lateral thoracic breathing, the healing breath that Joseph taught. It's the most powerful breath that we should be teaching to moms. Contraindications and other problems, everyday movement patterns, and the importance of emotional support, coaching, and guidance. I'm so thankful for physical therapists and Pilates sisters who believe in continuing education. Great ones that are supporting, educating, being advocates, and leading the way so more trainers will know what to do to keep our mamas safe. I'm making the bold statement that I hope that you will agree with, and that is we need to do more for the safety and the welfare of mamas in America. We movement specialists can be a big part of that system. There are many easy reference guides provided by Pilates specialists and yoga teachers in the United States that specialize in this kind of continuing education training. There are amazing programs, in person and online, that are being offered around the world. Sarah Ellis Duvall's and Carolyn Anthony, to name a few. Now, if you want more local information about where to go in your community, let us know at our Creating Change Facebook page or on our Restoring Core's email listed in the show notes. And don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes. We would love to have you as part of our Creating Change family. See you next time.